Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know this chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working. 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 Don't mix me with politics. I yes, the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come here some kicks. Can later bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is Regato. For the hater. This is Regato. We're running down Guyana. Regato. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Government working. The 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 government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. They're walking. Them walking. They're walking. Now I said them walking. I don't mix me. I don't do politics. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know this chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working. 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 Don't mix me with politics. I yes, the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come here some kicks. Can later bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is Regato. For the hater. This government working. The government working. The government working. The government working. The government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. They're walking. Them walking. They're walking. Now I said them walking. A little mix me. I don't do politics. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 The government working.
Morning to everybody across the length and breadth of Guyana. Morning to those persons joining us in the diaspora. Special good morning to all those persons joining us from Region 7. Y'all out to your numbers this morning. What? I usually got to wait till 8:15 to see all these people on this live. Like y'all know, you know Mr. Ward was coming this morning. So morning to everybody. Dennis Barat, Derek Drupal, Chris Takur Bridgelal, Amarali, Rahim Amarali, Joan Abidjan, Neil Ramlokan, Veena Ramkaran, Anthony Wong, Eddie Ramnath, Ramnarayan Singh, Prem Prashad, Yunus Raghubir. I am feeling much better today. There's I won't call it a cold, but just a cough that has been going around. I got some cough syrup, so it has worked. Tosiram Teddy morning to you. Nadia, Leroy Mangal, Omar Sharif, Tracy Martindale, good morning to you. John Mitchell, good morning to you. All the Martindales up there. Beverly and Delroy Jacobs, morning to all y'all up in Bartica. So y'all come out to see y'all people. And Hill, morning to you. Sister Ram Prasad. Jane, don't forget to send the stuff this morning. David Prasad, Faisal Ghani, Vera Badar, morning to you. Reni Prasad, Sunita Sukraj, Lola Hari, morning. Diana, Dionan Suku, Mohammed Isaf. Who else we got here? Miss Ram Charan, Soma Bipat, Prasad Pati, Malchan Prem Kumar, Krista Kaur Prasad, Jasmine Baldio, Mansha C. Prasad, morning. Marisha Sami. You see when you just be on time? All right. Rupert Messiah, morning to you. Morning, everybody. Right, so before I bring on Mr. Ward, I got two things I want to touch on before. Now, the first thing is, let me pull this up. This guy here. So I ain't gonna give him a full 7 minutes to go through the whole video, but I just want y'all to understand what is actually happening here. Now, this here is a disgruntled Guyanese, right? And he doesn't have any good reason to be. These are the kind of people you find that want to covet everything, right? So he made a video a few months ago because he couldn't get a contract to do some drainage cleaning. So he didn't decide, okay, I didn't win the bid this time. I'll try again at the next session, or I'll try to bid on something else. Everything he bids on, he must get. And because he does not get it, the government is doing a horrible job. And they corrupt and the thief in the money. Right? People like these, you need to stay very far from. As Guyanese. Very far from. Because if they cannot get their way, the cup is never half full. It will always be half empty, right? It will always be half empty. He is claiming that this government is like the APNU AFC government and they're doing nothing here just because he can't get a contract. He's talking about teachers' salary in England and the president saying to somebody from England that they're taking our teachers and our doctors and those kinds of things. This idiot here is trying to compare the salary of teachers, doctors, and nurses in a first world country like the United Kingdom, right? London, the United Kingdom, England, and the United States with Guyana. Sir, our exchange rates are very different. So whenever the payment is done, there will be a difference, and a big difference too. How are we, Guyana, now producing oil, now starting to move forward, paying the same salaries that are paid to teachers, doctors, and nurses in the United States and in England? And more so, sir, I'm putting to this gentleman here that if you interview any one of those teachers, doctors, or nurses in England or the United States, they will say to you, I would like some more money, right? I got to start a Saturday program because I want these during the week programs to focus on what's happening in the regions and hearing from those persons operating out there. I got to get a program that I could abuse freely, but we're going to move on. Guys, so as I said this morning, I have Prime Minister's representative for Region 7, Mr. Earing Ward here. He was supposed to be here on Wednesday, but Mr. Ward is one of those guys who always in the field, always working, and he's not, there's got some managers, they give an instruction and they're going to rock back in the office and wait for that to be carried out. Mr. Ward going on the ground to see what you're doing. You understand? And you better be getting it right. So, guys, welcome Mr. Earing Ward, the Prime Minister's representative for Region 7, here on our program this morning. Mr. Ward, morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Courdel from Region 7 here. And let me take this opportunity in wishing all of our grade 6 students who are doing the mock exam today. Yesterday, as you know, was the first day, and today they have maths and social studies. So yes. I wish them all the best. And I'm very happy to be in your program. Good morning to Guyana, the outer world, from the township of Bartica.
Man, you're missing for a while. You haven't been here for a minute, man. You're busy all over the place.
Yeah, there's so many things. There's so many things to be done in this country. And as you know, our government, unlike the PNC government, they have what you call a political love for Guyana, meaning that whenever they want them to go and protest, be bad here, be bad there, that's their love. And then when you finish doing that, they just throw them on the side. Like our government, our love is from our heart. We have a love for each and every Guyanese, this PPP government, and it comes in our heart. And it therefore means you have to be in the fields, you have to ensure that people are comfortable. Right. You have to ensure that what is budgeted for is properly spent. You have to move around to ensure that the work is done. So our government, the love that we share in from our heart is not political love. Let me make that very, very clear. And that is why we always out. The president is always out. The ministers, they're always out to see what is happening because we generally love Guyana.
Mr. Ward, you know something? You see something there that jump out at me. Making sure that the allotted funds are spent where it's supposed to be spent. Just yesterday, I had a young lady on this program, and we heard about 29 million being allotted for an international football field. You hear me? On the East Bank, on this side. And sir, it's just a fence and bare bush. So I'm glad people like you making sure that funds allotted are spent on the things that they're supposed to be spent on, and Guyana, the people of Guyana get value for money, right? No,
exactly, Courdel. This thing is not a hustle. We're talking serious development, and we have it. We have it here now to ensure that this country is developed. Whether you live in at Morawana, where you live in down South Rupununi, we have it so that the infrastructure of this country could be seen maybe the next 10, 15 years that we have never seen in this country. And the only way we can do that is to ensure that we're on the ground, to ensure that no one is on a hustle in terms of doing something that they're not supposed to do, contractual arrangement and so on. I would love to see this country, if you just imagine what this country will look like in another 10, 15 years. Beautiful.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's start with Bartica Central. What's been happening up there?
Well, a lot in terms of development.
Right.
We are currently doing maintenance on all the streets and avenues, 9 streets and 7 avenues. We're doing maintenance work on the roads. We're putting in some pavements, some areas that never had a road before by the Rabo area. We're doing some stuff, and of course the second phase of the Dog Point Road. By the way, the third phase is out and tendering. And so a lot has been happening in Bartica here in terms of infrastructure development.
Yeah. Now, how has the implementation of the solar farm, and I'll get to the individual solar systems that are being disbursed in the hinterland, but there's a solar farm that has been brought into action in Region 7 here. How has that been serving the community? And is that taking a little pressure off of the gen sets that have been running and providing electricity traditionally in Bartica?
Yeah, definitely. And so how it normally operates is during the day, it will complement one of the system. And so we always have 2 gen sets on standby. Right? We might be down for maybe 5-10 minutes or so to change a filter and so forth. But it has helped a great deal to ease at least 2 generators. So we always have spare on standby. And throughout the Christmas holiday and even now, it has been working pretty good.
Yeah. Now, Minister Crowell was up there recently, and I do know that there's currently a scheme being under construction. They're clearing the space, putting in house lots, not house lots, but clearing the space for house lots and putting in infrastructure in the scheme. Give us a little update on that.
Well, that's a massive project. As you're aware, from 2015 to 2020, the PNC administration, they hadn't opened any housing scheme in Region 7.
Right.
This new scheme is just a 5-mile extension from the 5 miles scheme. Is just an extension. They're neighbors. And it's hard to believe that the PNC, they could not have done anything along that line. And so we have completed clearing lands. We are doing the infrastructure now, drains. The road will start very soon. And so when Minister was here recently, there was a huge backlog of land applications way back.
Right.
Way back. You would recall also the PNC had an outreach here. They put you to sit down in front of computers. They take down your name and so on, and that was it. So we have a huge backlog of house lots. And so the decision was taken that we will use 1.5 out of the 3 lots to facilitate house lots. And so persons from 2019 go back. They were able to process to the point of pulling their lots and so on. And these lands are beautiful, flat, beautiful, sand. And so they're very happy after so many years.
Right.
So many years. We're able to ensure that they get something. And again, it brings me back to the point of saying to you, that's our love from the heart. We don't have a political love for Guyanese. It's whatever our government does from our heart.
Imagine, and we didn't even reach out to Bartica Central yet, What's been happening with the part-time jobs initiatives?
Before we go to the part-time jobs, a contract is also out very soon, rather, for a new processing water plant in the 5 miles area.
Nice.
And that will cover the 5 miles and also the new scheme.
Nice.
So we're thinking along the line, we can't have lands no more in Bartica. We pack. So we're going down south. So we're going to put a new treatment plan there to service the extension of 5 miles. And hopefully Lands and Survey can release some more lands for us going up to the 7 miles area
Right.
where we can have more house lots available. So the part-time jobs, yes, we're doing pretty fine there. Persons, they're working, they're being paid on time. This was a big issue, when they're going to be paid and how they're going to be paid and so on.
Right.
I haven't heard one person complaining that they were being paid late, except we have had some issues where persons are complaining that, Tom is now working today. He's now working. He did not work yesterday, but he wants full pay and those sort of things. Now, we don't have this to give away. You have to work for it.
Right.
But I would say that the part-time jobs, they have been a really good complement to the regular stuff. And we're hoping gradually to get persons on the permanent staff. We're hoping gradually to integrate them into the system. And I must admit that, they have potential.
Indeed. Now, let's go into the riverine areas. Now, let me pull this up here. So I showed the viewers a few days ago. You were in, I think it was Chinowing on. Please give me the right names, Mr. Ward. Don't do me this, man.
Philippi.
Philippi, and Chinowing. Those two locations where you were distributing some solar panels and meeting with some of these residents and talking with them, and it was a massive turnout, as we see here. Now, before we get into that distribution, just to give people an idea, where are these two villages located, and how long does it take you to get there from your central point at Bartica Central there?
Well, first of all, there's no road access from Bartica to these two villages. There are two ways. One, you can go to Cameron, and then you can either fly direct. Well, to go to Philippi, you can fly direct now because they have a direct flight there now. We built a ship there last year. To get to Chinowing, you have to stop at Chai Chai, and then you go in by bike. It's about a 45 minutes ride on the bike. If you can't go in by plane, right now the water is so low, you'll take about a week to get into Philippi now by boat. The water is so low.
Right.
And so it's very challenging, very challenging. Interestingly, in my discussion there, as you're aware, we have two MPs representing us here in Region 7. Right. We have a working MP, the Honorable Gil Teixeira, who is responsible for all the development that is taking place here in Region 7. Right. And then we have the Honorable Dawn Hastings. Now, Dawn, she lives at a village Kaku, that's in Upper Mas. And if you're going by boat, you have to pass Kaku to get to Philippi.
Right.
So I asked the villagers if Dawn was ever here and so on. They said, no, I've never seen her here. And she wants to come here. I said, oh my God. So it is rough terrain, but they're Guyanese, and so we have to read them. We have to sit down and listen to them. Of course, we don't have a drone over all the villages to know what are the needs. You have to get up and get into those villages. It could be tough. But you have a work to do, and you have to do it. And again, our government is such a caring and loving government that regardless of where you are, we will find you, we will sit down, we will listen to you. And of course, we can't fix everything one day, but you're in the system that at some point in time, we will look in your direction. So it was very happy. The entire village was out. We had some wonderful discussions. And I can tell you, that they're very impressed with our government now. When the demonstration was done of the system, they were so surprised. As a matter of fact, when we opened the panels, if you see, those are huge panels, not the small ones that you would normally get to buy and so on. These are huge panels, and so you have your two lights, you have your fan, you can charge your tablets, you can charge your cell phone. So persons don't have to be running to the village, the main office to charge. You can be in your home. You have lights now. You can do your homework. You can do your assignment.
Right.
And it's such a wonderful thing. It's a joy to ensure that these people that they are comfortable. They're comfortable. When you hear things that we have never seen for those 5 years, nobody from the PNC was here. We don't know what is happening with them and so on. It's really sad to see how the past administration, the PNC, would have treated these areas, as those if they're not Guyanese.
But
And
these areas,
this
Mrs.
is very
Ward, I
close,
must
very
reiterate.
close to the Brazilian border. That's how far it
Yeah,
is.
but these areas, Mr. Ward, until the last um jet local government elections, these areas were controlled wholly and solely the council by the PNC. Even
Exactly.
during the APNU time, they did nothing for Region 7.
No, nothing. They did nothing, and they had this concept, that we have a transport over people's head here in Region 7, and we can do whatever we want, for 4 years, and the fifth year they will vote for us regardless of what. And so that philosophy, has changed here in Region 7.
Yeah,
It has changed a lot because people now, they have opportunities, gold scholarship, different scholarship that we offering. And so people have an opportunity regardless of which party you would have supported. And as you know, Bartica is very small.
yeah,
And so we don't look at, you would have supported this party and that party. Of course, when the time reach, for voting, if you vote for us, thank you. We appreciate it. But we have been able to get everybody involved, at some point in time towards developing themselves in comparison to the PNC's philosophy.
yeah,
They have a philosophy of taking all for themselves. But
yeah, yeah,
we in this government, we look out for everybody, and Bartica is no difference. And so we have seen a lot of persons expressing publicly, some of them on a one-to-one basis, what we've been doing physically, what we've been doing for them in terms of their education-wise and so on. And I think we're heading in the right direction of Region 7.
yeah. So let me go to this photo here. You look like you're getting some serious instructions here. Oh my goodness. So the president was up there the other day. Tell us a little bit about the visit and what were some of the things from
Yeah,
that?
well, this is really sad, and my condolences to the families. We lost two hardworking gentlemen in our township here, Brother Zahir and Brother Donovan.
Yeah,
And the president visited Bartica for one of the funerals. Of course, he did express his sadness that he couldn't have came to the other one because of prior engagement on the said Sunday. But he did
right,
visited the home of, in this case, this is Donovan's homes, the Washington home.
right.
And the instruction there that was given to me is, do not let the Washington family hurt their head on anything for this funeral. Ward, you
Wow,
are to ensure that everything is covered. And I'm
wow,
pleased to say to you that that was done. As you see, the commissioner of police is there. He was saying to the commissioner of police that through our Men on a Mission program, Donovan's wife would have started a house. We're going to complete it.
wonderful.
So the president was giving us instruction there to ensure that the funeral is taken care of, ensure that the family is taken care of, that's the immediate family of Donovan. And as you can see, the president is very serious on this issue.
Yeah,
And this is, as I said before, it's at the Washington's family. He was there, and I must say that he was really welcomed by the family. They were very pleasant. They did express their kindness towards the gesture given by the president. And of course, all of those things were carried out. And
so
so,
Mr. Ward, on a lighter note,
mhm.
and condolences to the families who would have suffered that last year. When you look at the reception President Ali gets in Bartica, and then you contrast that to probably Aubrey Norton and crew passing through Bartica, do you notice the great difference?
Well, if we have a magazine out, it has been out for quite a while.
Mm,
And Bartica is the front of it. And whenever the president comes to Bartica, there's this love in the air. People just rush to him. They want to see him.
Right.
They recognize this humbleness in this gentleman, this human being. He's always been able to reach out. And on his way back on the air trip, the children, they saw him. And his window was down. His window was down. It was like, yo, he came out. He ensured that he spoke with all of them. The reception in Bartica here by His Excellency, our president, it's unbelievable. And I say it's unbelievable because, the PNC, they would have won the regional election here.
Right.
But when the president comes to Bartica, the reception that he gets, it's one that you believe that we are in control of Region 7. Of course, we are in control directly. But the love that is being shown to our president, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. And of course, he took the opportunity to ensure that he looks at, some areas and so on that need some work to be done.
Yeah.
And so the reception is good. In comparison to Mr. Aubrey Norton, when he comes to Bartica, first of all, you don't even know. He comes to Bartica, he goes to Congress Place, he views down some of them, y'all got Ward and company taking control of the area and all, and Gail Teixeira in control of Region 7. That's a normal thing with him, right? But, Bartica is not like before. And then when he meets him down, somebody will come and say, Ward, that man heading good. Don't abuse Gail Teixeira.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing about development, All you abuse them. Minister Teixeira has been working so hard for this region since 2017. She jumped at that boat, normal passenger boat, she come to Bartica, she recognized there is need for development here, and it has been so until now, right? And people recognize that, she speaks to everybody. On this telling, she comes, she greet everybody. Gail Teixeira, her name is a household name here in Bartica. Don't have anything bad about Gail Teixeira here. Don't, please.
What
and
she
has
I admire.
The minister has worked for that. Because
I admire that.
And every avenue. And in terms of your human resource, you have developed yourself, So we are moving here in Region 7. We don't have time with the PNC. They can try with the nonsense.
So I see table tennis has returned to the community center ground, the community center at Bartica there. Tell us about what's happening with sport and that kind of thing in the region.
Well, table tennis was lacking there for quite some time. And we're fortunate to have one of the best coaches in Guyana. We call him Capta. So the gentleman in his red there, he's in red here too. He is an A-level coach, and so his love for the game, he approached us there at the town council level. Of course, we have control over the town council now.
Right.
He did mention that he had asked the previous administration to use the facility free of cost because he's going to be coaching people and so on, and they turned him down. And so we were able to have discussions with him. We have a table there now, and so 3 times a week he's there. Wednesday, Thursday, and I think Sunday it is. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but 3 days from 5 in the afternoon to 9 in the night, and it's open to the public. There is no charge to it. Capta is doing it free for us, and so as you could see in the photograph there, he's there. He's always there, and so the sport is again coming to life here in Bartica.
One thing I must add, I saw that the one of these companies in Bartica was supporting one of the companies and a few other of the cricketers. I think Chris Barnwell and a couple of them.
Yeah,
cricketers
I must say, thank you so much to the Builders First Choice, the company which is headed by Mr. Delroy Jacobs.
Right.
And Delroy has been doing a fine job there in Dock Point. He was awarded the contract there, and he's been pretty good so far. So Delroy and some other former national players They have put together a wonderful package for one of our youths here. Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. He has been doing pretty well at the regional level. And so Delroy is there, yes, Delroy Jacobs. And Delroy is a former national cricketer.
I don't think
You
you play cricket no more. Look, he said this man can
know,
play cricket
he
still.
came to Bartica, and suddenly, he got like that. and he would normally boast now that he's a Bartician. He is, and he will remain here.
Yeah,
He's been doing
yeah.
a good job, and he also coaches for free. Delroy is
Wow.
out there from 5 in the morning. Most mornings he's out there, and we're getting somewhere. And this youth, you can see him smiling there. He's so comfortable.
Right,
And
right.
so, it's an example of giving back to the community, you know.
Yeah.
So many thanks to Builders for Choice.
So let's go into the rivering areas. What's been happening in there outside of the two places that you did the solar panel distributions recently? I know that there are several. Where is this road? You were on a road. It was a loam road. I can't remember where it was, but you were doing an inspection. Let me see if I find a photo. But I think it's one of those mining roads that come into the community. They were doing some rehabilitation there. I think they were building some bridges in some of those far-flung hinterland communities as well. Give us an update on what's been happening in those rivering areas, those um, indigenous communities.
Well, development all over. If we start first with Carrow.
Mm,
Carrow is probably the fastest developing Armenian community in this country. And it has to do with management. The two show there is Mr. Shane Cornelius.
mm,
And Shane, has been able to put a package together for the community. Of course, through the low carbon development stuff, monies are disbursed to do development work in the villages.
right.
And so there are lots of things been happening there. At Caro, they're now doing they've just redone their field. They're now doing some stands, beautiful. The roads was done recently.
Mm,
So there's so much happening. There's so much happening when you move across to Batavia, on Iron Island, which I said is which I now refer to as the capital of Batavia, where the school is. We have just done an extension to the school, extension of the health facility there. We have just finished the ramp, the wharf there, and so
wow.
development is taking place all over. When you go across to Cartabo, the neighboring village, um, they've just finished 2 buildings there, solar system, one that will look at the feeding program for the kids, one that facilitates women in terms and men too. Um, in terms of sewing, it's a hall that you use for different activities. By the way, the road now from Itabali, you can go right into Batavia and
That's
also
the road I'm
get to
talking about.
Cartabo. So
That's
there
the road I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can get right in now to Batavia by way of road.
Mm,
So if by some reason the other day water is low or is rough, you just go to the valley and then you're into Batavia in a matter of maximum 10 minutes. Cartago
yeah,
15 minutes. It's about the same thing. As you know now, they have a bus service from Itabali to Papisho Landing, and that's how good the road is. There's now a bus service running from Georgetown to Papisho Landing. That's
wow.
how good the road is. And so
Excuse me.
with the jet boat now working because of natural reasons, the water. Of course, wind is not falling now, and in those areas, the level of water depends on rainfall. It's not like
Right.
Georgetown or Bartica where the tide in and comes out. So you have a service now running from Georgetown direct to Papisha, which will take you in the heart of mid Mazaruni. The
Nice.
point is that's how good the road is. You don't have to get four-wheel vehicles to get in there now.
Nice.
So all over development is taking place just across the region 10, our neighbors also. Let me say good morning to them. They also has been doing pretty well. Falmouth, Rivers View. They have seen development taking place there, like never before. And this is a village that Mr. Norton comes from, um, you know, and they have never seen development at such a great pace. We are moving pretty fast, and it's something that you can see. You don't have to feel, you can see, as a song that your team sung, Guyana, nice, nice, nice now, you know. Yeah. So
Man,
we moving at a reasonable pace, dog pints, agatage, everybody getting their fair share of it, employment being created all over.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
Cordell, Cordell and Guyana, we're moving pretty well in the right direction, even Region 7.
No, no, let's come back to Central Bartica again. At the town council level. No, I understand that the PVP would have voting power there now. Are you seeing your opposition councillors or the opposition councillors up there operating in a bipartisan manner to put aside political alignment and work to allow the council to take up its mandate? Because I'm pretty sure some of the works that fall under the purview of the town council, central government or the RDC or whoever has to take up that mantle or would have had to take up that mantle in the past. What has been happening there, and are the PNC councillors coming together to work with PVP councillors for the betterment of the community? Or I should
Cordell,
say the town.
Cordell and Guyana, I wish to make it very, very clear. Sometimes I want to believe that the PNC, it's an instruction across the board just to oppose, regardless of what, they come to the council and they oppose everything that is being put forward, everything, and it's terrible, if you're going to criticize constructively so that we can have something to work on. For the time something comes up, no, 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 it's not so. It's so. It's so. And then they get personal. At our council level, we're faced with that situation.
Yeah.
And we have to think of the big picture. We have to think of the township. We have to think of what is beneficiary for the town. However, there are a few of them, and I want to suspect they may want to get rid of them very soon. There are a few of them who thinks for themselves, and they would express it.
Yeah.
They would vote with us because they want the better for the town. But the majority of them and these are forced comers, but those who are hard PNC to the
Die
bone,
hard.
they come with one thing, and that is destruction, and
Yeah.
that is destruction. And we have had some issues at the town council. We were able to deal with it, and so we back on track to ensure that we run in a very, very smooth way. The current regional chairman, Mr. Williams, he was the finance chair on the council, the previous council. And sad to say, we hadn't gotten financial statement for a long time. And so he asked me I think it was about 3 weeks ago, he asked me to ask the president to pay for 2 foreign artists to come for the regatta. And so I said in a very polite manner, yes, I can. But, Mr. Williams, the first thing the president will ask me for is your financial statement, of the regatta.
Right.
Well, our president, he's the financial secretary of the largest, inclusive party. And from then to now, Mr. Williams just ignored the whole thing. He hasn't called me back. He hasn't showed up with his financial statement. And that is how they operate, But at the township level, I must admit, there are a couple of them who understands what is development, and they have been working with us for the betterment of the township.
Yeah. No, was this TPL doing to me here? We still installing some generators, but no, I had blackout. I jam a light. Moving on. What you spoke about the regatta coming up. What's on the cards for that?
Well, what I've been hearing, or what I know, is just what I've been reading from the press. Mr. Williams made it clear that Ward is not to be part of the regatta committee, and so it's not an issue. I think the public should know. I think he has an accountability problem. And
Mm,
so once Ward is there, he has to give account for every cent spent. And so Ward is out. But what I've been hearing is it is all set and ready. Um, I can't really pronounce on what is really happening because, of course, I'm not part of the committee. But as you know, in Bartica, we look forward for Regato.
yeah.
We look forward for the day. We look forward for everybody to making some kind of money, whether you have a little snack it or whether you have a stall or somewhere. It's a day when Barticians, they come and um, they make some money for themselves. So it's an event that we normally look forward to.
Yeah. Also, a lot of road works have been happening there. What is the general sense you're getting from the residents of Bartico? Um, the and I'm not talking about that Point Road and those roads. Central Bartico, a lot of roads have been resurfaced and stuff like that. To make that commute for persons easier. Are Barticians feeling that ease?
Yeah, when we got into government again in 2020, and we tried to explain to Guyana, just give us some time. We will do this. We can't do everything one time. And so there is this change of thinking now that in thinking and trust that, time has shown us that, yes, this government, they're working. And so with the completion of most of those roads, um, they're saying to us, yes, what you would have mentioned in terms of making promises, making commitments, um, those commitments, most of them has already been fulfilled. The
Yeah.
road from the Potala Road, which was a problem. They protested, although they did nothing for 5 years to that road. They protested. They want, and so what we would have done, and Minister Teixeira again made representation that from 3 to 4 miles is being done in concrete. The contractor is now working on it. From 1 to 3 miles, some massive patching and maintenance was done. With asphalt, there might be just about another mile or so to be done. And so, what if you live in 5 miles and you used to take maybe half an hour to get in there now, will cut down to maybe 10 minutes. So generally, persons are happy. We're trying to expand on our drainage also. We're trying now to maintain, our culverts and drains and so on, because the rain will come and come sometime. And
Right.
when it comes, we have to prepare for it in its glory. And so we have to
Yeah.
ensure that the drains are clear, the culverts are clear, or cocos are clear and maintained properly. So Barticians, they're very pleased with what is happening. And as we say in Guyanese term, one that he built down. And they've experienced that over the years from 2020 to now, where they have seen development taking place in all the different corners, all the different areas. In a township, the 9 streets and 7th avenues, they would have seen development, regardless of who are living there, who are living
Right.
there.
Right.
PNC, they had a philosophy, what is a PPP man? He's living there. Forget about him and his area. So you're gonna have about maybe 4 to 6 people punishing for roads and water because of just one man living in the area that is PNC. But we
Yeah.
don't. We are not the party. We're not a government like that. Everybody has an area. They have to get something, regardless of religion, regardless of your party, whatever the case may be. So Barticians, they're very pleased and they're very, I must say, they're in with it now. What is happening, and they also, have a chance. A lot of the works that is being done is being done by Barticians. I'm so happy
Yeah.
for that.
I often talk on this program about creating an enabling environment so that the area could flourish. And anybody visiting Bartica now can definitely see a transition. Just as you land with the boat, whether it be the speed boat or the ferry, there's a massive structure going up there. I think it's a hotel or something. Now, my thing is, Mr. Ward, nobody will make that kind of investment if the environment does not permit it. So if there's
Well,
not
well,
opportunity,
well, it has to do a lot with the confidence in the government, the environment in the
right,
government,
right,
and that structure started as soon as we got into government. That structure started, and it's a good structure. That will be maybe the beacon, because you can come in from way out and you will see that thing, beautiful building. And so it's a demonstration of the confidence that business persons they have in Bartica. And guess
Yeah.
what? Some of these people that are involved with these massive expansion now, they were some of the ones that were in the forefront with the PNC, but they
But
hadn't
they
that
couldn't do it then. They had no support.
they had that confidence. They have that confidence in the PNC, their own
Yeah.
government.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, they've seen things are happening, and they want to capture some of it. And so that structure there is a massive structure that, when you come with the Bartica, you can keep conferences, you can keep, whether it's a CARICOM summit, whether it's something of national
Yeah.
issue, we can deal with it right here in Bartica. And it's a lovely sight looking over the Essequibo River. Of course, this telling will be completed, I would think, before the year is out.
Right.
And so that entire area there will be up to a very good standard.
Man, I when I come up there, I just love what I see happening in the community. And I'll be up there soon. You gotta carry me to some of these. I want to go to Miss Hastings Village and interview some of these people there and find out why is it she not visiting them, or if she get banned for truth. I hear a banned story. I know if it's true. I hear
Yeah,
somebody.
it's so disgusting to hear, an MP is being paid in Parliament with responsibility for Region 7. And you've never gone to a particular area, for some reason, only, I don't know. I can't speculate, but, you're being paid to do a job, and you have to do your job. When you sleep in the night, you must sleep with some kind of comfort,
Right.
that I work for my day's pay. I don't understand, but Bartica and Region 7, generally, we're moving at a rapid pace, and
I
regardless of anyone's politics, we are inviting, everybody to get on board, to get
so
this ship and the region up to a standard that we all could be proud of in another 10, 15 years.
so I will not be surprised if by next week the Guyanese hypocrite and a couple of them reach into Philippi and Chinue. Because apparently anywhere that this government goes and does any work or bring any progress to people, the very next day, or we got call it, and what probably want to touch and call him back just now. The very next day or the very next week, they're in there saying it's their idea. Pretty soon you can hear it's their idea to share out solar panels. You
Yeah, well,
understand me?
you ask them where are these villages. They don't know, right? And you ask our minister, Honorable Gil Teixeira. She knows Region 7 like the palm of her hand.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and you ask the PNC politician, where's Philippi? Where's Weiling? Where's Chinawing? Where's Chai Chai? They don't know. If you don't know, how could you take, services to those people? You
Yep,
know, and
yep.
and you're not making no effort, to learn. You're not making no effort to ensure that the people are comfortable. But you will go sometime and ask them for the vote. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah.
terrible. To just show up and say, well, we want you to vote for us. Come on, man, Cordell. This is enough fun. This is serious
Yeah.
development we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Morning caller, your life. Morning.
How are you this morning?
Not too bad, not too bad. We live here with Mr. Earing Ward from Region 7.
I see that. I don't want to keep you back too long. I got many things I like to mention, but I can only mention one.
Uh-huh.
Because you have Mr. Ward on the live, and I don't want to keep you back for that. Man, I think the government got to really look in and get past of this electricity system.
Uh-huh.
I was at the Festival City Clinic day before yesterday. The nurses is nice, the doctors is nice. When the doctor was paying attention to me, there comes the blackout. Now she had to put on her phone for write the medication she wanted.
Hello?
You know, those bad man. I mean, we gotta look into them.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
gotta look into, right? They can't get they can't get they can't get what they call a plan and put there in case you know.
But I would think that most of these health centers would have, I think, solar panels on them, or I won't say genset, but some of
I
them have solar panels on them. Probably not
I
all.
asked okay. I asked the doctor when she got to put on her phone like to pay attention to give me to write the medication. So I said, Doc, they don't have a plan. She said no. They got no like their plan. All right, that's all I'm gonna mention tonight. But if I don't know if you could bring it up to the minister, or you know, or the same talk to Mr. Warren and let Mr. Warren bring it up. You know,
Well, that's which area? That's which area?
It's only for now.
Yeah. That this is in Georgetown, so I'll pass it on. That's not your area, Mr. Ward. He's talking about the polyclinic where Christopher Jones was supposed to build a barbershop. So there's a health center there now, right? So there's a health center there now, and apparently, well, yesterday they did have an extensive blackout in Georgetown. So probably during that time he was there. But indeed, they're supposed to have some kind of backup system, in case anything happens. But I know where he's talking about. The same place that Christopher Jones put those Afro Guyanese off the land and was going to build a barbershop, that he got the money from the sled fund to buy barber chair and AC and all those kind of things.
Well, the
But
same thing
we'll
I was
check on
talking
the
about.
generator.
That's the same thing I was talking about earlier in the program. The PNC has political love for Guyana. They don't love persons from their heart.
Yeah. But it's a good point the guy raised. I don't want you to feel like I'm pushing you off, Carla. Indeed, in health centers and stuff, they're supposed to have some kind of backup facility. And I'm sure there are a few officials here watching from the Ministry of Health that will look into that. And I'll also
Cordell, I think he has made a good point. And it's something that we need to look into. Of course, unless you hear these things, you can't deal with them,
Right.
And unfortunately, some of these workers, they would not say, or give you a call to say this was happening and so on. For some reason, so unless somebody talk, then you will know that you have to put some kind of system in place. So I appreciate your call there. And certainly, Cordell, we will have to look into those matters.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Ward, look, all I can tell you is continue the good work up there. I had a question to ask you. The I Love Guyana sign, or the One Guyana sign, or something that one of the councillors built there in Bartica, he crashed into it, yeah? Why you laugh?
As a matter of fact,
people, it's not me watching crashing, it's his fellow councillor.
No, Cordell, let me just go back. We don't have much time. But the person who had won that contract to install that One Guyana sign, it's a PNC contractor. And so you had another PNC person, councillor, who were saying the person who put it up, they should just crash and die, right? And so the councillor now, that's the contractor. Sorry, the contractor now has recommended to us that we put up 2 lights so that persons, they can take pictures and so on at night, because it has attracted in a positive way a lot of attention when it comes to Bartica.
Yeah.
And so, but he's alive and strong. He's still tendering and getting work.
And what's important about that, Mr. Ward? The PPP officials, the government officials, people from the People's Progressive Party, Civic, they don't have this vindictive agenda.
No,
you understand?
Cordell, unlike the past administration in the council, we have PNC councillors in all of our subcommittees. We have, and we respect them. We respect their views. And that's how we operate. We are vindictive. We don't hunt anybody down. People are free to talk. People can tell. I live on criticism. If persons don't criticize the way how we work and so on, we can't improve.
Right.
And so, you're not going to say, when I put something on Facebook, I want to see the criticism. I want to see the criticism. And I feel comfortable with it. I can live with it. It makes me better. It makes my work better. I'm not going to say, well, I can go off with Cordell and go off. No. I feel better when people criticize my work. I need to improve somewhere. I will.
But let me just add to that constructive criticism. But don't tell people foolishness though. That's my point. Constructive criticism. Now, before I let you go, let me give you a scenario I was in just yesterday. Right? I went to West Rumvelt to talk to persons because the roads in the area have been resurfaced. The ball field it has been rehabilitated. There's still some more work to do on it, but it is in much better condition than it was in. So I went to a family. They're living in a range house, and just late last year, the government resurfaced the road in that area. The same road with this bar on the back road. I can remember the name just now. Not Sweet Point. This is Been Arkin Place. Um, anyway, so I said, man, ma'am, they've resurfaced the road. They're changing this cul-de-sac into a street, so you have another area to enter this community. So ingress and egress, you have more points. What are your thoughts on this as a resident? This is Granger plan. This been a Granger budget. Is Granger was going to do this? I said, but auntie, if it was his plan indeed. Cool Square, thank you, Diane. Cool Square area there. So I said, my auntie, if this was his plan, 5 years, this road that don't do didn't take 2 months to do. Why he didn't come and do it? Oh man, he didn't have the money. He had the money. I said, auntie, have a good afternoon and take care. Because some of them you can't, no matter what they see in front of their face.
It's
You
in
hear
their
me?
genes. It's in
Oh
their
my
genes.
goodness, my brother.
And these
Oh my
people,
goodness.
they're seeing, not blind. They're seeing. But, there's some people like that, regardless of what you're trying to say to them in a positive way. They're seeing development in in their communities, in the villages. There are always a couple of them, who has this hate for a party. For what reason, I don't know. Is it that they can't take development? Imagine you sick and you used to take maybe 10, 15 minutes to get out the alleyway. Now you have roads that you can drive in, the ambulance can come in. How good it feels, the feel. And according to what I understand and I know is that a lot of the stuff they were done by persons from the same area,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So it's the other way around. Before persons, they had to hire persons from the area. Now persons are hiring persons from out of the area to do the work, right? So it's a
Man.
different thing. People are being empowered, but some of them, they are way behind. Maybe they have some chit or something in their brains. They don't see what's
Sir,
happening.
sir, they had a gentleman in the same area that told me the only reason they're building more roads and they're resurfacing these roads so they could thief the money. So I said, sir, you rather like Grace, they didn't build no roads, so they had no money to thief. He said, yeah. I said, well, oh gosh, you in a serious
Well,
place.
well, well, well. We can make reference to Dublin Park.
Oh my
Talking
God.
about thieving money. We can make
Oh my
reference to Dublin
gosh.
Park. And
And
we can go whole week talking about the PNC and nonsense, Cordell. When you look at Dublin Park, what it did there as a waste of money, waste of people's time. But
man,
when you have power in your hand, it's a different story.
yeah,
And we're almost out of time, and so I must say again to Guyana, that our love in the PPP as a government comes from our heart. We love you. The PPP's love is a political love. Come and protest today. Come and we're going to shout out today at some minister, some ministry. And then when they finish with you, they're done. They don't care. They don't concern how you eat the next day. When they're ready for you again, hey, we got to go protest.
or if you a bottle of water, your
You-
tail.
we can tell you that you apply for land in 2016, the PNC, they'll give you, come and pull your house lot now. Come and do something for yourself. That's our philosophy as a government.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're moving ahead, at a very fast rate. I don't think that the PNC, they're very, conscious of what is happening in this country because they don't see things. They don't see things. They wake up in the morning and they take instruction. Just go here and just cuss down this body or cuss down the body.
Exactly.
We're working. We're working throughout the length and breadth of this region. We're working. Persons are very comfortable, regardless of where you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think somebody call Mr. Ward then and bounce you off. I'm gonna see if he can bounce back in.
There's some places the water very low now, like very low now and so on. But we'll get there. We'll get there. There's a couple of villages that we still have to do the distribution, but because of the natural, reasons we can't get there. But we're going to be there very, very
Yeah.
shortly. I will leave in for Kaikan and Arrow on Wednesday. Again, as solar distribution to ensure that my Amerindian brothers and sisters they're taken care of. And as you know, that's very close to the Venezuelan border. So I'll be there for a few days to have more discussions on their needs, and so that we can take care of those two villages.
I'm gonna try my best to see if I could make that trip with you and get to interview some of them. And see,
it's very
what
close
their thoughts, because it's always good to hear from those persons in there as well. But Mr. White, thank you for being here this morning. And
but for that, I'm always willing to be in your program once I have the time. I must say thank you so much, so that Guyana can hear what is happening in Region 7. The good news is that we're on our way, and certainly for the good of our region and our country.
Yeah. So, Mr. Ward, have a great day. Continue the good work. And you remember I was supposed to come up to visit one of those communities with the solar panel distribution. So,
Cordell, what I want to say to you, don't let me dictate which village or community you want. You just come and say, "Well, let us go to this village or that village." I'm not going to screen out no village. And you go and talk to anybody, and they will tell you of the development that is taking place. I challenge you to do that.
And that's what I tell some of them, because some of them just feel these things stage. I don't like stage nothing. I like, come, you tell me what's going on with you.
Yeah. We bring the facts to you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Whether we need to have a 2-hour program, man, the hour finished,
Please don't put no ideas in these viewers' head. Because they're going to start tackling me for that.
This is just a tip of the iceberg. This is just a tip of the iceberg. What happened in Region 7, mean some more time.
Oh my goodness, huge trouble. We're going to have you here on the next time. Mr. Ward, have a good day. Thank you for being here.
You too, and
please
have
say hello to all those Barticians that know me and that know me. Please say hi to them for me, especially to your lovely wife. Please say good morning. She has been doing a wonderful job up there with her activism and in the community as well. You guys have been really, really working hard. You and the entire team there, led by Minister Teixeira. I think he frees again.
Yeah, I have it here now. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me in your program again, so that we can feature Region 7. And you have a very productive day.
All right. Take care, sir.
Thank you.
Right. That was Earring Ward. Y'all don't go away yet. I got something for y'all here. Let me run it. Wait. Y'all don't go away yet. Watch.
It must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been good, but I lost it somehow.
I know Mark Light had a singing voice. Y'all know Mark Light was a big singer. Y'all didn't know? Man, here, teachers, y'all got sense. I forget to ask Mr. Ward how the strike affected Bartica up there. But I know that quite a few teachers stayed in the school, and things were going still. That's all the time we got for today, guys. See you here next week. Same time, same place, Monday, bright and early. I'll have the lineup of the guests for next week. We'll publish that over the weekend. Continue to be good Guyanese. Continue to be good Guyanese. Don't listen to this.
Hey everybody, Antonio. So I want to.
And y'all see Antonio? Keep scrolling. Or Blackie. Bear Strippency telling you. Antonio just vexing get contract. And Antonio has been getting. He just want all the time. And some people need to realize that you can't get all the time. We got other people out there who are bidding. Other people need a chance to. So not every time bids come out for the region or for a ministry and you bid, you're going to get. It don't work like that. For all the people who don't want a competitive bidding process, it does not work like that. right? Anybody who want competition, it does not work like that. At least this led PPPC government or PPPC governments, it doesn't work like that, right? Anyway, guys, have a safe weekend. I see a lot of new people on this live, boy. A special good morning to the MP, Lee Williams on the live, Miss Stephanie Nelson Moore. You're here, but you're late. Ann Hill. I see Carla Daniels on the live, Jillian Lewis. Who else we got here, boy? Mazu Inshan. All right. Y'all, remember what I usually tell y'all before I go. It's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
I have to go back. The way out the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men, them look healthy. The girls, them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government walking. The government walking. The government walking. The government walking. The government